Hi, everybody. This is Tom with Culture Chap. So it's January 2025, and I still haven't taken Christmas down. People have different styles of season, and today I want to talk about programming your season of shows. So, usually this happens in the spring and the summer, and that's the season, that's your year. A lot of people I'm finding are programming their shows now. They've had their Christmas show. They have the show that they're not doing a January show. They're doing a February or a March show. They're giving themselves a break, especially places that are more snowed in. Canada, a lot of the United States. People don't really go out to shows in January, mainly because there's lots of snow. They can't get there. They don't know, or they've spent all their money in December, that kind of thing. So, depending on how you're programming your season, some people, a lot of people around the world are doing it now. They're thinking about it now. And I want to encourage you to read different periodicals about what is happening to theater globally, how some theaters are shutting down, how some theaters are having financial problems, how some theaters find themselves not tracking what their clientele wants, which is a hard thing, and programming too many shows that didn't work. So we know that nowadays, especially right now, you cannot program a season of new plays. Even if that has been your theater for years, we love new plays. Our audiences love new plays. Are they going to spend money on every single play being a new play? So I would encourage most theaters to program these days a combination of classical plays that you don't have to pay for, that you can tilt however you want to. You can style them however you want to, which is the most fantasy like, what is the most economical for you. Some familiar plays from last century, not too far back. I mean, if it's something that's very well known from the 1920s or 30s, that's great. In times of economic duress, screwball comedies sell well. Okay? But also things that are from the 70s and 80s, maybe there's something out there that works for you. And I would start diversifying the size of your cast. Maybe you're in a part of the United States where you are sort of a high end community theater, sort of bordering on equity, sort of. You have a lot of equity players that come into your plays, but the majority of people are community theater players. So you always want a large show. Well, maybe not anymore. Diversify it. Maybe people don't want to see the shows that are that big. Sometimes they're just musicals that are that big. How many plays do we see that have 20, 30 people casts? Unless they're Shakespeare or something classic. I don't see a lot of Noel Coward or anything else with massive casts. Okay, so sometimes you have to do a show that's 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, and pepper them in. Now, a lot of people are also programming shows. I'm tripping over myself. They're programming shows that are all tragedy because they want drama. They want their core group of actors to have something to sink their teeth into. So they think drama, tragedy. Does that sell? Is that what your audience wants to see? You know, comedy is difficult. Comedy is hard to make really work. It is, I'm not going to say better than drama, but it's just as taxing and just as enthralling to watch if someone's doing a really good comedy. And maybe there's a comedy drama that you never thought of because you're tending to think just in one way. This is a drama, this is a comedy, comedy drama, or parody drama. You know, I saw a show recently done in a telenovela style. So, if you don't know, telenovela is very popular in the Americas. Actually, it's very popular globally. It's a huge industry. So, if you don't know what it is, it's very it's very dramatic reactions. There's lots of side eye, there's lots of and there's, oh no, eres mío. There's lots of that. It's very entertaining to watch, and people get it. So the show was done, it was a drama, done in a telenovela style. People loved it. They loved it. The drama was still there, but it was done slightly differently. Also, I'm always encouraging you to watch the very, very good version of Taming of the Shrew done in a Commedia dell'arte style. It's from 1976 from ACT in San Francisco with Mark Singer in it. He was very good. It's hysterical, and surprisingly, Commedia dell'arte is wonderful for that play. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. And I'm not saying copy that idea, but doing things in different styles than you would normally think is a new twist. And if it really fits with the play, then do it. Maybe some things don't fit and you have a wonderful idea based on a few scenes. I'm not sure you could do a horror parody of Macbeth, but I don't know. If that's something you want to investigate, then do it. Then do it. But it's the kind of thing where you need to investigate the whole show and get a little group of people, a little committee, to see if this really works or if you're alone in your idea. Will this work for our audience? Are they ready for this? Hard question to answer. So programming your season has a lot of involvement. If you're doing it on your own or a group, maybe your board is 3 people. Maybe your board is 40 people, but you're only asking the board. I'm not going to say why, but sometimes that just doesn't work. Get the input of other people. Now, going for surefire hits because your neighbors have done it or your people in your area have done it doesn't work. If somebody in your area did Little Shop of Horrors, well, that's a good show. Everyone loves it. But are they ready for you to do Little Shop of Horrors? 30 miles away? On your budget? Maybe your budget's very different. Maybe not. And if you think like, oh, well, we're just going to do The Music Man. Why? In the United States, everyone does The Music Man. But maybe if you're in Australia or Argentina, this is exotic and different. And the Americana thing really works for your area. I know in Australia, they love doing it. They don't do it that often, but they love doing it. Good for them. If that sells, fantastic. But if you think about where you are in your state and you decide, I haven't heard of that. I don't think it's oversaturated. Really do your research. It could be. Okay? I think most of the people from the United States right now would agree with me. Most of the companies around the United States have done The Music Man too many times. There are other things out there, other fantastic things. Maybe you want to do Auntie Mame. Everybody loves that. Everyone loves that. Or Pirates of Penzance. People love pirates. Okay? And if you make it slightly sillier than just the sort of stuffy original way, I'm not saying the first one was stuffy, but if you're doing it, I've seen it at operas where it's taken very seriously. And I've seen it at a Shakespeare festival where it was hilarious because Shakespeare actors really know where the comedy is. It was hilarious and the hit of the season, honestly. Maybe that works for you. Maybe you can look at it from a different lens. When you do program your season, announce it everywhere, have a little open house. Get some cheap wine and some nibbles and have an open house. And get the people involved, the costume designer, the actors, whoever speaks well to a group, and have them in little clutches around the theater lobby saying, oh, I'm the this, I'm the that. If they're a good storyteller, people will get excited about these plays. Now, maybe an open house where you're advertising 12 plays in a year, maybe that's too much. Maybe you're just going to pitch the spring shows and you're going to advertise these 6 shows. But the people you choose to help you with this and inviting the public, it just gets them in your theater. It gets them seeing that you're excited about it. They get excited about it. Maybe it is a new play that you know you'll have luck with because of the subject matter. That's good. It needs advertising. It needs interaction, more than just social media. It needs interaction with good people that know how to speak correctly, who are going to say amazing things. Oh, you've never heard of this? Well, it's a new play. The man turns into a cat. No, it's not like Cats the Musical. He turns into a cat. We don't see it, but he thinks he is. And wackiness ensues. I don't know. That's not really a play, but that I've heard of. But I'm sure it exists out there somewhere. It really works to get people to see your shows and get excited about your season. If they come to the spring season, the first 6 shows, they'll come to the next 6 shows too. Especially if you have another open house to announce. Here's autumn and winter and what we're doing for that. So it won't cost you much, okay? And the people that say, nah, I don't want to help you with that open house. I don't want to talk about the show I'm going to be in. Really? We all need to promote shows, all of us. That's the kind of world we're living in right now. We all need to promote, okay? We don't really have newspapers anymore. We do online. We don't really have things to advertise. It's all social marketing, social media. It's other kinds of advertising. Are people buying billboards in their community to advertise their theater show? Probably not, because that's what they used to do. Are they putting posters up here, there, and everywhere? No, not really, because retail is having a hard time, especially now in January and perhaps February too. So advertise it. Talk about it, advertise it, have a little committee. You may not like what the committee has to say about your choices, but that's up to you to say, here are the reasons this will work for us. If they all scratch their head and go, really? Then you need to think again. Why will it work for you? Just because you love it, that may not be enough. Okay. So continued success. I hope all your holiday shows sold incredibly well. I know they did. And please subscribe. I need subscribers. I'm getting a lot of views, but not as many subscribers as I'd like. Please help me. Thank you. We'll talk again. Bye.